Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode here on the Brazilian Expat. Just making my morning coffee. It's 6:30 now in the morning. It's my favorite time of day. You know, it's still quite chilly outside. It's just calm before the storm, you know, before our guests arrive. Currently, today we don't have any guests, but we've been busy this last month has been actually quite busy, especially during the weekends. We've been fully booked, and of course this is a huge blessing after the pandemic. So I'm starting to get quite optimistic about the future. You know, there's always going to be, well, always, hopefully not, but I am prepared for any surprises. You know, the pandemic ain't over. Things can take a turn still, but I am cautiously optimistic about the future, and I think things are going in the right direction. We are receiving guests today again, and it's going to be, you know, there's going to be guests at least continuously now for at least a week. This weekend here we are fully booked again, so you know, fingers crossed that that this is going to turn out pretty good. So I thought I'd take this opportunity because it's been a long time coming. You guys have asked me, you know, for quite a while now if I can show you my business, and that is exactly what I want to do in this episode. So I'm just going to finish off my coffee here, and we can start off the tour. Cheers. Good thing about Brazil, they have great coffee. I mean, there's no denying that. It's got to be the best in the world. It's fantastic, and it's cheap as well. All right, so let's have a look, yeah? So basically, as you can see, we are in the kitchen right now, and this is, of course, where we serve all our guests breakfast every single morning. You know, we try to have like a bar service, you know, in the evenings where we serve some, you know, some cold beers and snacks and whatnot. But, you know, since we're such a small hotel, we just figured that it wasn't really worth it. You know, we had some days where we'd sell a lot, and then we had some days where it was just relatively quiet, you know, and the things that we need to keep in stock at any one time, you know, food and drinks, we cannot just abandon that project, you know. But once in a while, if the hotel is full, you know, we'll do some, you know, sporadic events. You know, we'll have like a happy hour, you know, sunset event. We'll play some music, you know, during the sunset, and we'll invite the guests, and usually that turns out pretty cool. But usually we don't even have a bar service at night. Usually it's just it's just breakfast. So this is a breakfast area, and I had if you've been watching my videos, you know, a couple of videos, you know, previous videos that I uploaded, I was talking about how I'm doing, you know, renovations to the hotel, and I actually spent quite a lot of time and money doing these renovations, and the kitchen is obviously one of them. We had all these tilings, these floor tiles were done again. They were all coming loose, and the most interesting, the most noticeable part is actually this wall here. And I actually had a few questions about this wall. This here, it's not wood. It's not wood at all. It's just cement or concrete. It's just the same material you use as to glue the floor tilings to the floor. So it's basically just that material, and it's actually my caretaker who. You know, my maintenance guy who does this sort of work. And it's quite amazing because it's just like cement concrete on the wall. And what he does is actually he just uses like a broom and passes over to make these, you know, to make it look, you know, this wood texture here. And he just, you know, he just paints it in with, you know, paints it over and fills in, you know, these details, and it looks amazing. It looks the part. It, you know, most people think it's actually real wood, which is kind of cool. So apart from that, let's have a look around. So coming out of the kitchen, we come straight out to what we call the sun deck. Usually this place, especially here where we currently are located, it gets a little bit too hot during the day, so it's not really used that much, you know, during the hottest hours of the day. However, you know, when we come into, you know, into the afternoon and especially at night, you know, people really like to relax in these beds here, and especially when we have, you know, larger groups, people like to sit around here, you know, and have a few cold beers. These ones here we also use to serve breakfast when the hotel is full. Previously, you know, it took some time, you know, but all of these plants here, you know, they come from they are planted down on the first floor, and they love to climb. And that was the initial idea. It just took a few years before it actually came over and you know, made like a roof, made some shadow. So now people can sit here. As you see, it's out of the sun, and this is also a place where we like to serve breakfast when the hotel is full, you know, where we're fully booked, because there's only 2 tables, you know, in the kitchen area, as you can see. And with these plants here, you know, my caretaker, he doesn't really like the idea, because these ones here, you know, 2-3 days is just filled with the leaves, you know. These like to shed leaves all the time. And but I mean, I got to keep him busy as well, you know. So and these are our flagpoles here. I don't have the American flag. Actually, I couldn't find it. It's really strange. But I threw, at least I have the Brazilian flag and the Norwegian flag where I'm from. That's the most important thing, for me at least. But yeah, this part also is just a couple of years, you know, since I put out these flags. I think it turned out pretty cool. So so that's basically here, the kitchen area and the sun deck. And we can have a look downstairs, see how that looks. So this is a reception. I know it's you know, there's quite an echo in here, but basically this is the reception where obviously we meet our guests for the first time. We do our check-in, and this reception also is actually, it's only around 3 years old. It's quite new. Previously we just had a hole in the wall right in here, and we found out that didn't really work at all, so we want a nice reception. It's kind of big, it's kind of overkill, you know, for the small hotel that we have, but we figured it's a good first impression, and I think it turned out quite nice. And also we put in air conditioning as well, so we make it nice and cool here, you know. So yeah, apart from that, in this door here, I'm not going to show you inside, but in this door here we actually have the caretaker and the maintenance guy. He actually, you know, he spends the night here at the hotel. So he will do his own thing during the day, and he will only come, you know, late in the afternoon, late at night. He will, you know, clean the pool, you know, water the plants, and he will do any maintenance that needs to be done. And he will actually spend the night here. So even we're a pretty small hotel, but we have a 24-hour reception. I mean, basically, even at night, people can come in here and just, you know, press this button here, and you know, it's like a doorbell. He will come and open this door. This door will be locked at night, you know, obviously for security reasons. We don't want people to come inside here when it's at night, but anyways, it's basically a 24-hour reception, and that's how it, you know, that's how it works. So that's actually his room right in there. That's where he stays. And that's also where the girls, you know, do all the ironing of the bed sheets and everything like that. And yeah, that's basically it. So coming out of the reception, we come straight into the garage. Now, this garage here has actually been a huge headache from the very start, because as you can see, we really only have 4 spaces here. Okay. So when a hotel is fully booked, we don't have parking for everyone. So people will park, like I parked my car here because, you know, the hotel is empty, so I'm kind of lazy, you know, and just put it there. Because even for me, it's quite a hassle just to get inside here. And people who come with these big Toyota Hiluxes or, you know, Volkswagen Amaroks, these huge pickups, you know, they really struggle, or, you know, you can't really fit them in here. But I mean, I don't know if you could see it in the reception, we do have a security camera facing out on the street here. So you try to get people to park out in the street, but, you know, for Brazilians, it's not really popular. They don't feel safe parking their cars there. So that is actually one of our biggest complaints, and I can understand, you know. However, the problem is I don't have any more real estate here on my property to make a bigger parking space. So that's something I really can't do anything about. It's something that's always going to be a problem. However, my future, you know, my plans, you know, I've got a lot of stuff going on. I've been building my own apartment, you know, I've been doing all of these renovations, you know, so I need to save up a little bit, you know. We need to get this business going and get some cash flow in. But anyways, the initial plans for the future is just to make the outside on the streets, you know, a new pavement, and I want to put new concrete in and make some really nice parking spaces, you know. And hopefully that will, you know, that will make it more understandable that our parking, the majority of parking, will be on the streets outside of the hotel. But we'll see how that goes. Anyways, we continue on out into my favorite place of the hotel, which is, of course, the garden. And of course, this is where the majority of our guests like to hang out, especially during the day. And of course, this is our pool. This has been with us since day one. And behind me here, this place here is yeah, the grill area. You know, this is also very popular, especially, you know, for the Brazilians who love to do, you know, there are churrascos. Churrascos, just like a barbecue grill. And this has served us pretty good. And yeah, this was a project of mine. This is actually, I made it myself, you know. I am no, you know, I don't know really how to make, how to work with the wood, you know, but incredible what you can find on YouTube. So I actually made this table here, this picnic table, and it served us quite well, you know, especially when you got these groups of families, you know, they come in, and they love to use this place here. And by the way, this is, of course, you guys already know who made this, and I think it turned out fantastic. And this is also was a part of the renovations that we did together with the kitchen, and I think it turned out awesome. So guys, let's have a look at all of our rooms, yeah, so I can show you what we actually have to offer here at the hotel, because we all, we have 3 categories of rooms here available to choose from, in different sizes, different amenities and stuff like that. Now these are deluxe rooms. I want to start at the bottom, in the standard rooms, so you can have a look at that, and then we'll work our way up to our deluxe rooms, and then finally our superior rooms, so you can have a look. So coming to this part here, it's and all of this right here is also just a year old. It's something that I just thought would be cool, because all of these plants, they actually, these plants, they want to climb. These are like climbing plants, and they need to climb. What actually happened, they would climb and they would cover this entire wall, but the problem is that we just take over this. There's like a tiling, like a roof over there when it rains, just to keep the entrance to these rooms kind of dry when it rains. And these plants would like take over, and even move some of these tiles. It kind of got out of hand. So that was the whole idea of making this one here, and it also provides shade, and I think it looks really nice as well. Of course, my caretaker, he's not too happy about it, because he has a lot of sweeping to do. There's a lot of leaves coming down here, but I mean, despite the maintenance and everything, I think it's worth it. So and I think it turned out pretty cool. I don't know what you guys think, but anyways, we're gonna have a look at our standard rooms. We have 4 of these rooms here, and let's have a look inside. Yeah, so basically these rooms here, they're not too big, but I mean, you can see they sleep 3 people. Usually if you have a family, you have the kid and a single bed. This is our standard room. We have 4 of these rooms, and yeah, it's basically, this is our best seller. This is the ones that actually sell the most. So we can have a look in the, see if it has some lights here. This is a bathroom. So nothing special, pretty standard. Yeah, so that is our standard room. And of course, every single room, they have their mini bar. This is our menu here. This mini bar here, actually, that we provide, it's kind of funny, because the locals, the ones coming in from the cities and spending the weekends, they usually don't consume anything. What they do is they just buy a bunch of stuff, with drinks and everything, and they'll just empty the mini bar and just put their own stuff in. So I don't really make a lot of money on it, but of course it's kind of part of the having a hotel. Because if I didn't have it and I didn't provide drinks, somebody would eventually complain about it, so they might as well just have it. The foreigners, though, when we eventually, Brazil opens its borders again and makes it, Brazil accessible after the pandemic, I'm sure the foreigners will come back, and they always appreciate, a cold beer. And I do make some money of the foreigners, but the locals, not so much. So we're gonna check out the next room, which is our deluxe room. Deluxe. And this is quite a lot bigger. We have 2 deluxe rooms. So we have 4 standard rooms and 2 deluxe rooms. That's 6 in total so far. And this is our deluxe rooms, both of them side by side, and they are on the ground floor. So let's see if this is open here. And I'm gonna turn on some lights so you guys can have a look. So this is our deluxe room. which is quite a lot bigger than the standard rooms. And of course, each deluxe rooms you have quite a big veranda where you can sit out at night, which is quite nice. This wall behind the bed here is also my caretaker. You know, he's quite handy. He did that design there, and I think it turned out pretty cool. Yeah, so that's about it. You can see the bathroom. Hi guys. That's basically it. This one here, this is only something happened, you know, turned out this mirror here is just a hassle to change out because of course it's custom made, you know, and I need to find the time just to swap it out. It's super heavy, it weighs like a ton, you know, so it's quite an ordeal to change out that mirror there. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's some kind of weather damage or something like that, but the mirror is so big, nobody's complaining anyways, you know. You can stand over here or whatever, so. And of course, all of our rooms are air conditioning. And of course we have the mini bar, we have our TV. The TV, we used to have like Sky, which is the biggest provider here in Brazil of cable TV, and we had a lot of English channels and so forth. However, I figured the Brazilians, the locals, they love their TV, you know. We actually have guests here who can actually check in and they can stay in the room basically all day long just watching TV, you know, but they watch the local channels, the channels that I get from just normal, you know, analog TV. And I figured, why am I paying a fortune? Because it actually costs a small fortune. You know, if you want cable TV for 8 rooms, it actually costs quite a fortune. Now, I've said previously that I have 10 rooms in my hotel. Currently, we only have 8. I'll get back to you on that. But about the channels, so basically, and the foreigners, they like to spend their days, you know, on the beach, everything, you know, go out, and usually they come back at night, they'll have some food, they'll eat, and they like to sit outside, you know. You don't come to Brazil just to spend your days watching TV anyways. So basically we just removed it, and we don't have any English channels anymore. You know, the idea for the future is to buy new TVs for these big rooms and just open up like a Netflix account so you can at least watch some Netflix movies on the big TVs. But currently we only have local TVs. So now about these rooms that I told you about. Currently we have 8 rooms that we have available at the hotel, but we actually have 10. We have 2 smaller rooms that we just call them small rooms or basic rooms. These are currently not available, and the reason for that is if you look behind this door right in front of me here. Now if you come behind that door, I'm not going to show you that because it's a complete mess, and this is where I'm currently building my apartment. And what I need is actually, I need some place to put all the construction materials and everything. So it's just a real mess behind this door. And with all this construction materials and you know, when people are working, I actually just put up this door here recently. And it's just to keep our guests away from that area. And behind that door is also where the 2 small rooms are. So obviously I'm not renting out those at the moment. They're not available on their site. But in the future, you know, when my apartment is finished, when all this construction is finished, then for sure I will open these rooms and make them available. So we will have 10 rooms in the future available, you know, for rent. So, but currently we only have 8. Okay, so now you've seen the standard rooms, you've seen the deluxe rooms. Let's go and have a look at our, you know, signature room, if you call it that. It's our nicest room, also the biggest. So guys, this is our signature room. This is our superior room, and yeah, this sells actually quite well. I mean, especially with the foreigners. Foreigners love this room. They love, you know, because if you compare the prices in general with Brazil and the rest of the world, you know, Brazil is still very, very affordable, and you can get, you know, there's a lot of competition even in this city where I'm currently staying, you know, so the prices are quite affordable. I'm not gonna say the prices right here now, you know, maybe you can check it out online. Maybe some of you guys already figured out, you know, what the name of the hotel is, and you can have a look there. The reason I just don't want to promote anything, you know, here on YouTube. It's you know, this video is not made for me to sell, to do more business. This is just made for, you know, my channel, and I just want to show you guys, you know, my place, my business, and what I do, you know. So and of course the guests, they love this this bed feature here, you know, with the curtains and everything. You know, Brazilians, they're quite romantic by nature, and they just love, you know, love taking pictures and all of that stuff, you know, especially in the, you know, you have Valentine's Day, Dia dos Namorados, which is always fully booked, and they always ask us, you know, to make the rooms romantic. So we'll go out and, you know, pick flowers out of the garden and spread them out in the bed, you know. All of that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's a quite popular room, and especially with the foreigners who can afford it, you know, they will they love this room, and it's always, usually in the high seasons, always fully booked. And I'm going to show you, just because you saw downstairs, you saw the deluxe rooms, and I just want to show you what we actually did. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this camera on my tripod here, so I can explain a little bit better. So we started with the bathroom, because you saw these the deluxe rooms downstairs. The superior rooms, we actually had 4 superior rooms, but because of the demand for the big superior rooms, you know, going back, I think it's almost 4 years now. It wasn't the same as it is today, you know. There's more demand for smaller rooms, you know. They want to pay a little bit less, especially the locals. So what we actually figured out, that we need some more smaller rooms, you know. So the idea was just to convert these big superior rooms into 2 other categories, so the deluxe room and the small room. So what we actually did in the bathroom is so huge that we actually put up a wall right here. We closed it off. So we closed it off right here, and this part here actually became its own bathroom, and this part here behind this wall actually became the bathroom for the small room, where the entrance is on the back, on the first floor. So let's have a look outside. So what we did here, we actually took the wall out a little bit like this, and we came in. Maybe I'm a bit close to the camera here, try and explain a little bit better. This was a huge undertaking, like a huge project, you know. It took us over a month just to complete each room. And so what we actually did, we came out around a meter here and then closed her up with a wall. So everything that's behind there is the small room. And then of course this door here, we had to close that off. This door we put in the front here. And of course the bed continues to stay where it is. And then you have the small room, and then of course we made another door, another access into the bathroom of the small room. So then we got basically 2 rooms. So in the end we had 2 of the superior rooms, which we converted into 2 deluxe rooms and 2 small rooms. And that actually worked out perfectly for us. It's exactly the right size. We lowered the price a little bit. And of course with these small rooms, they rent out, you know, a lot. And we rent them out, you know, just to get a little bit of extra revenue, you know. They're really small rooms, really basic. You know, they don't have hot water, they don't have air conditioning, they only have like a fan, and they don't have TV. So they're really low maintenance, and it's really nice just to have that little bit of extra income, especially, you know, on the holidays and everything. We can rent them out and we can get a little bit of extra revenue in, so it works perfectly actually. But at the moment, it's a total mess outside these rooms, and I don't want to rent them out. I don't want people to stay there. It would be impossible, and it's not secure anyways. There's so much construction material. It's just basically a safety hazard. So, but in the near future, we'll be opening up and we'll be back to 10 rooms in total. So I mean, that's it. I showed you the most part, I think, around about my business, and I don't think there's a lot more to show. Just wanted to show you, you know, what I'm doing here and what it's all about. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this small tour around my business. Like I said, things are picking up, things are getting better. I'm just fingers crossed that, you know, this trend will continue, and that we'll have a good 2021, you know. At least we're coming into the high season now, you know, coming into August, September, that is our high season. And I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that, you know, the Brazilian government will eventually, you know, just open its borders again. I mean, they are open, but you still need to do all of your testing as well. And especially coming back into Europe, that is the part that's getting better, you know. They have this, you know, vaccine certificates now, that as soon as you have your vaccine, you don't need a quarantine getting back into Europe. But Brazil, they still demand a negative test coming into Brazil. So I think that's the biggest issue. But fingers crossed, we'll get the foreigners back, and that this will be, you know, a good year for us. That's what I'm hoping anyways. So that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this, you know, this little tour, give me a thumbs up. Much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, you know, you can consider subscribing. You know, I'm trying to get better. I'm a new YouTuber, you know, this is a new channel. I know I talk a lot, you know, I'm Norwegian. My English is not perfect, you know. I try to make my videos better every single time. But of course, this is new for me, and, you know, I'm new at editing and all of that stuff. So I just hope you appreciate what I do, and hopefully I'll just get better as the time goes, and the more videos I make, that the quality will improve. Anyways, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you again on the next one, okay? So until then, guys, wear your mask, take care, keep your distance, all that stuff, be safe, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Ciao.